year, the Africa Center welcomes policymakers, heads of state, global business leaders, cultural visionaries, and researchers for programs and events informed and shaped by the work we do on a daily basis, work we do to shift global consciousness about Africa and its diaspora, and to forge the networks and avenues for greater African power and prosperity. This year, we are excited to host Afreximbank as we launch our new partnership, the establishment of the Global Africa Gateway, that focuses on the importance of connecting Africa and its diaspora. Through this collaboration, both organizations aim to deepen commercial and cultural relations with global Africa, harness the power of the African diaspora, and facilitate their engagement with Africa in ways that are progressive, impactful, and transformative. We look forward to engaging with many of you as partners over the course of this initiative to bring the mission of the Global Africa Gateway to fruition. We are delighted to present this dynamic evening, and I look forward to the forthcoming engaging conversations and the good work to come from connections made here tonight.
I see many friends and partners in this room today who reflect exactly what the diaspora brings to our continent in terms of the influence our continent continues to have globally. We often think of the diaspora as a vital resource for Africa's development because one of the economic, social, and cultural contributions they make to the continent. This relates to remittances, of which the remittances that we have, Africa Global, we have about $100 billion of remittances. Nigeria alone accounts for about $21 billion in 2023 alone. So investments, knowledge transfer, cultural exchanges, advocacies, political engagement, etc., all those are very important and very, very useful. We know that Africa diaspora has an estimated population of over 140 million. Well, Africa counts for 1.2 billion people. So obviously, the more we can stay connected, the better. Brazil, Colombia, the USA, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic have the highest population of African descent. And I would like to see the Africa Center, especially through this Diaspora Center, act as a bridge to connect us on all levels. I was very, very pleased when Afreximbank held its last annual meeting in the Bahamas. That was a testament of Professor Orama's vision that all Africans should be connected no matter where we live and no matter where we're from.
The African Union has always recognized the pivotal role that the African diaspora plays in the continent's development. From remittances that support families to the transfer of knowledge and expertise, the diaspora remains one of Africa's most dynamic resources. It's no coincidence that the African Union, therefore, designated the diaspora as the continent's sixth region, acknowledge the immense value it contributes to our collective growth. And next year, 2025, we'll be reflecting in what we call the theme of the year for the African Union, which will be around this thematic, but mainly on issues of reparations and justice to the diaspora and people of African descent. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the launch of this center today symbolizes more than just an institutional milestone. It stands as a bridge between the continents, between generations, and between aspirations for a prosperous future.
When we commenced our engagement with our brothers and sisters in the diaspora around the world, traveling to the Caribbean, Europe, the Americas, the Middle East, and the Pacific, we found a common thread in the concerns or views expressed by them. The majority of our people in the diaspora expressed frustration about poor engagement with the motherland. Many felt abandoned with no roots they could truly lay claim to. Those in business complained about lack of access to verifiable information about business environment, lack of access to information about investment climate and investment opportunities in Africa, and also among the diaspora economy, the global Africa economy, as well as the type of partnerships that could be forged in Africa, and how to de-risk their investments in the continent were they to invest there. Today, with the historic launch of the Global Africa Gateway at the Africa Center, we provide the most direct response to the concerns of the African diaspora as we continue to build on the tremendous progress towards reconnecting the diaspora with ancestral heritage. The Global Africa Gateway at the Africa Center signifies a leap forward in a collective pursuit of unity, prosperity, and sustainable development of Africa and its diaspora. It solidifies our ambition of forging a global Africa that will serve as a platform for Africans, wherever they may be, to take control of their destiny. The Global Africa Gateway will contribute to our goal of putting to an end the divide and conquer strategies that had for years kept Africans down all over the world. Your Excellencies, Honorable Prime Minister, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Afreximbank and his partners, the Africa Center, launched the Global Africa Gateway today at a most momentous time in the world's history. Our world has become very polarized and fragmented. We've seen disturbances everywhere, and countries are more and more looking inwards, dealing more with those they consider their friends. For us, we are driven by the belief that in the midst of polarization and fragmentation, a coalition of Africans bound by shared heritage and ancestry with a common vision and aspiration will represent a potent force that can confront the challenges of now and choose for Africans the path for the future. Indeed, the African diaspora has become a powerful force which will catalyze the transformation of Africa and, by extension, the economic fortunes of all Africans. Project Syndicate and the International Monetary Fund estimate that in 2022, Africans in the diaspora sent home more than $95 billion in remittances. Of that, about $53 billion went to countries in Middle Africa, the so-called Sub-Saharan Africa. This compares with $30 billion in foreign direct investment and just $30 billion of official development assistance that Africa received in the same year. Begins to show you the power of the African diaspora in terms of financing, potential financing of development.